Good afternoon, everybody. Yesterday we have started a very new chapter, that is plant physiology, and I have told you that the metabolic processes are dependent on water, minerals, enzymes. So there should be translocation of water, minerals, gases from one place to another, and that transport which occurs over long distances is called translocation, and it is dependent on three physical processes: diffusion, osmosis and imbibition. Okay, we have started diffusion. It's a random movement of particles from an area of higher diffusion pressure to the area of lower diffusion pressure till equilibrium is established due to kinetic energy possessed by diffusing particles. So the diffusing particles possess, or they have their own kinetic energy, and that helps in their movement. Now there are two types of diffusion. One is simple diffusion, which we had already discussed. Simple diffusion, for example, gaseous exchange between the plant body and its surrounding. Such as CO2 and O2 exchange. Between leaf and surrounding is by simple diffusion. Now the simple diffusion cannot help in transportation for long distances. So for long distances it is not possible to help in transportation of, you can say, minerals, iron, then liquid molecules, and therefore there occurs a facilitated diffusion. So facilitated diffusion we shall discuss today. See, facility, that is, some help is provided to the diffusing molecules. This is the plasma membrane, and this plasma membrane is made up of lipids and phosphates. So these are this is the lipid layer sandwiched in between proteins present towards the outer surface. So this is the lipid layer, and these are the proteins. So this is the plasma membrane, and across the plasma membrane occurs the diffusion of substances. See, the hydrophilic lipophilic substances can easily move across the plasma membrane. Have you got it? Lipophilic, because this is the lipid layer. So lipophilic substances do not have any problem for their transportation. Lipophilic का मतलब the substances which have affinity for the lipid. Philian means to love. So lipophilic substances can easily move across the plasma membrane. But hydrophilic substances it is difficult to move across the plasma membrane. Okay, so see, this is protein layer, or this is lipid layer. So for the transport of hydrophilic substances on the plasma membrane are present carriers. Okay, so I will draw now another diagram to show you where are the carriers present. This is lipid layer. And towards the outer surface, this is the protein layer. There are different types of proteins we will discuss when we will study cytology. So now these are the, ये है प्रोटीन कैरियर. So this is the protein. Okay. And here are present outside the molecules, or you can say particles, which should be taken from outside to inside. Okay. So this particle enters this carrier. Okay. And on entering the carrier, this carrier gets closed. The carrier gets closed on entering the particle. Okay. And now this particle this carrier will move like this. ऐसा है, now it will open towards the inner side. Okay. So now the carrier opens towards inner side. And the particle is released. Particle is released. Have you got it? So this is how one after the other, the carriers will carry the hydrophilic substances from outside to inside. हमेशा ये outside और ये रहेगी inside. Is it made clear? So here the facility is provided in form of carrier. Facility is provided in form of carrier, and carriers are nothing but proteins. The carriers are nothing but proteins, and which are capable of flip-flop movement. So flip-flop movements of proteins help in taking the carrier from outside and then delivering it towards the inside. Is it made clear? This is called facilitated diffusion. Now see, the facilitated diffusion, rate of facilitated diffusion is rate of facilitated diffusion reaches saturation point when all carriers are occupied by the diffusing compounds. Just imagine if this is the plasma membrane, and on this plasma membrane there are these 10 carriers. ये so these are the 10 carriers. Okay, and if each carrier is occupied by this compound, that is now not a single carrier is available. So what we will say, the rate of diffusion comes to saturation, or it reaches saturation point, because now no carrier is available. Have you got it? Similarly, the rate of facilitated diffusion will decrease if the carriers are destroyed. So if the carriers are destroyed, because after all these are proteins, so if the carriers get destroyed, naturally the rate of diffusion will decrease. Have you got it? And rate of facilitated diffusion reaches saturation point when all carriers get busy, okay, or are occupied. Now see, this facilitated diffusion is of two types, one is passive and other is active. I had explained passive to you. In passive diffusion there is no consumption of metabolic energy. So when there is no consumption of metabolic energy, okay, then the process is called passive method. Is it made clear? And the active method is the one in which there is consumption of metabolic energy. Now when the method is passive, then there must exist diffusion pressure gradient. That is diffusion, you can say that is the number of molecules outside should be more than the inside, okay, when it is passive. And then we will discuss of course active later on. Is it made clear? So the passive facilitated diffusion is not dependent on the rate of respiration, because it is not dependent on consumption of ATP. Got it? Now active, this facilitated diffusion is of two types. It is of two types. So first is uniport. Uni यानी one. In uniport only one diffusing particle will pass across this carrier. Only one diffusing particle. For example, if it is A, so A alone is moving across this particle and this is called uniport. So in uniport only one particle moves across this carrier, okay. Then there is co-transport. Co-transport का मतलब क्या होता है? More than one, that is two, है ना, को है नहीं तो, जैसे कि I am a carrier and I am holding one grandchild and the other grandchild, that means my hands are holding my two grandchildren and I am moving, okay. So I am holding how many? Two, okay, and the direction of moving is the same, that is called symport. So when both A and B, both A and B are moving in same direction, then it is called symport. Sim यानी together और एक ही डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं A and B. So this is symport. It is antiport when, yes, A moves from left to right and B moves from right to left. So this is called antipode. Okay, so through the carriers the transport may be unipode, it may be sympode, or it may be antipode. Sympode and antipode are the two types of sympode and antipode are the two types of co-transport. Is it made clear? And these are passive, that means there is no consumption of metabolic energy. Now in active there is consumption of metabolic energy. Okay, so there are pumps and these pumps use metabolic energy. So I will explain now active. See, this is the plasma membrane. Here is this pump, you can say A. Okay, from the outside enters the diffusing particle. So you can say X. Diffusing particle is X and carrier क्या है A. Now A and X combine and a complex is formed, that is A X. Now this complex shall move across this space, it will move across this space and shall reach the inner side. It shall reach the inner side. So it will move across this, it will cross the inner space. Okay, on reaching the inner space, the complex will break. So A and X will break. X will be taken inside, okay, while A will, carrier will come back to pick up another molecule. Have you got it? So X is diffusing particle, X combines with, X enters the membrane, combines with carrier, complex is formed, that carrier moves across this space. On reaching the inner surface, the ion carrier complex breaks. Okay, ion is released, it will enter the cell cavity, carrier will go back. See, it is just like rickshaw है ना. फ्रॉम रिक्शा स्टैंड, जैसे कि ए रिक्शा स्टैंड पे खड़ा है, ओके, सवारी इज एक्स, सवारी रिक्शा में बैठती है, हाँ, सवारी और रिक्शा का कॉम्प्लेक्स बन जाता है, फिर रिक्शा सवारी को लेके जाता है, जैसा सवारी का घर आता है तो सवारी उतर जाती है और अपने घर में चली जाती है. रिक्शे वाला वहीं पे खड़ा रहता है कि नहीं, रिक्शा गोज बैक टू द स्टैंड टू पिक अप न्यू सवारी. हैव यू गॉट इट? Now in this process, where is the consumption of metabolic energy? One thing I will like to tell you, for different molecules, different carriers are present. So for X it is A, for Y it may be B. If it is Y, this is Y particle. So A will not carry Y. A will not carry Y, sorry. A will not carry Y, but for Y it will be another and that is, you can say it will be B. So there are different types of carriers. Okay, there are some carriers which carry water, just like tanker. टैंकर म्यूनसिपालिटी के जहाँ पे वाटर स्टोरेज रहता है वहाँ पे आता है, टैंकर पानी से भर जाता है ना. टैंकर पानी से भर के जहाँ पे उसको खाली करना है वहाँ चला जाता है, वहाँ पे वो खाली होता है, टैंकर फिर से वापस जाता है. सो द कैरियर्स विच कैरी water or the proteins which carry water are called aquaporins. Aquaporins are the carriers which carry water. Have you got it? You can remember the example of tanker, water tanker. Okay. So see how is the cell beautiful. It has got tanker, it has got rickshaws, and rickshaws of not only one type but many types for different savari. Okay. So see, when active diffusion takes place, then there is consumption of metabolic energy. So metabolic energy is consumed. कहाँ कहाँ पे लगती है? So consumption of metabolic energy is consumed first for formation of ion carrier complex. Second, for movement of ion carrier complex across the space. Then for breaking ion carrier complex, to release ion, and fourth, for movement of carrier back to the membrane. इतने जगह एटीपी लगती है. सो रेट ऑफ एक्टिव फैसिलिटेटेड डिफ्यूजन इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनेट टू द रेट ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन. इफ यू ऐड मेटाबॉलिक इनहिबिटर्स, ओके, देन द कैरियर्स विल बी डिस्ट्रॉयड. एंड इधर जैसे कि रिक्शा का चक्का पंक्चर हो गया तो रिक्शा कैन नॉट वर्क, है ना. सिमिलरली हियर, इफ द कैरियर इज डिस्ट्रॉयड then there will be no more movement of this facilitated diffusion in both active as well as passive. But the difference between active and passive is that for passive method there must exist diffusion pressure gradient, and here it does not exist. For example, here inside these particles X are many. Okay, but even then from outside which are less in number, the diffusion will occur. एक्चुअली नॉर्मल कोर्स में क्या होना चाहिए था, फ्रॉम एरिया ऑफ हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू लोअर, बट इन एक्टिव मेथड it occurs against diffusion pressure gradient. There is no need to exist the diffusion pressure gradient. Have you got it? समझ गए? See, the rate of diffusion is affected. So the factors affecting rate of diffusion. Factors affecting rate of diffusion. पहला फैक्टर concentration of diffusing particles. Higher is the concentration that is diffusion pressure, greater is the rate of diffusion. Second, increase in temperature. Increase in temperature increases rate of diffusion as there occurs increase in kinetic energy. So increase in temperature increases the kinetic energy of diffusing particles and hence the rate of diffusion increases. But of course, when it is facilitated, increase in temperature beyond certain limit may destroy the carriers, and in that case the rate of diffusion will decrease. Okay. Then third, increase in pressure. Increase in pressure increases rate of diffusion. The rate of diffusion is inversely proportionate to the mass. Okay. Rate of diffusion is inversely proportionate to the mass of diffusing particles. So the gases diffuse more rapidly than the liquids, and liquids diffuse more rapidly than the solids. Okay, that means rate of solids सबसे कम रहेगा, सबसे ज़्यादा किसका रहेगा, गैसेस का. Then why did I teach you diffusion? What is the significance of diffusion? और उसके बाद हमको एक टेबल डिस्कस करना है. So the importance of diffusion in plants, because it's a purely physical process. So why did we study? Importance of diffusion in plants. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट, डिफ्यूजन हेल्प्स इन exchange of gases between the plant and its surrounding. And second, the last step in transpiration, that is loss of water vapors from leaf to the surrounding, is also by diffusion. So, the last step in transpiration which is loss of water vapors from leaf to the surrounding is by diffusion only. And now we will discuss one table. Property, simple diffusion, this is facilitated transport and active transport. So, requires special membrane. No, simple division does not require special membrane. बाकी ये दोनों, yes, it requires special membrane. Simple diffusion does not require, but this requires. Then highly selective. Second property, highly selective. No, ये दोनों में yes, highly selective है. जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि A cannot carry B, sorry, X cannot carry B. It will carry only Y, whatever it is. Transport saturates. No. Yes. यहाँ पे rate of diffusion reaches saturity or saturation point when the all carriers got busy or are occupied. Then uphill transport. Uphill means from lower concentration to higher. it is no, but here it is yes, because the carriers, they act as pumps, okay, and requires ATP. No, ATP is not required. No, here it is required. So the rate of diffusion, ये दोनों इसमें reaches saturity. Okay, simple diffusion में there is no question of reaching saturation point. Okay, metabolic inhibitors will decrease rate of facilitated as well as active transport because the carriers gets destroyed. Okay, and in the active transport it occurs against the concentration gradient, that is called downhill. Sorry, that is called uphill transport from a, जैसे कि यहाँ पे डिफ्यूजिंग पार्टिकल्स कम है, यहाँ पे ज़्यादा है, बट इवन देन फ्रॉम ए लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन चलता है, एंड दिस इज अपहिल ट्रांसपोर्ट ओनली फॉर एक्टिव फैसिलिटेटेड. सो दिस इज, विद दिस वी फिनिश डिफ्यूजन. ओके, एंड we will try to understand what is water potential. See, it is the energy with which water molecules move from area of higher water potential to the area of lower water potential. Water moves from an area of higher water potential to the area of lower water potential. So for the movement, water requires energy, and that energy is the water potential. Have you got it? Now see, when water falls from height, the energy contained in water is converted into kinetic energy, and that is, you can say, hydroelectricity. So hydroelectricity, why can it be created? Because water has got energy, water has got potential energy, and water always moves from higher water potential to the lower water potential. This water potential is denoted, it is denoted by psi W. So psi W denotes water potential. It denotes water potential. The unit of measurement of water potential is Pascal. It's a pressure, huh? 1 megapascal is equal to 10 bars. 1 megapascal is equal to 10 bars. And this water potential is expressed by the equation. What are the factors or what are the other parameters which control water potential? So the water potential is controlled by psi W is equal to psi S plus psi P plus psi G. So psi S plus psi P plus psi G is the water potential. Okay, where psi S is solute potential. Solute potential. Psi P is pressure potential. And psi G is gravity potential. Okay, so water potential is expressed as psi S plus psi P plus psi G, and now we will try to understand effect of each factor on the water potential, whether it decreases or increases. Is it made clear? So पहले हम देखते हैं psi S. Always remember, water potential of pure water is considered 0, that is the highest. Okay, so water potential of pure water is 0. यहाँ पे 0 कम नहीं है, that is maximum. So 0 के लेफ्ट साइड ये नेगेटिव में जाएगा और 0 के राइट साइड ये पॉजिटिव में जाएगा. Okay, so 0 in the middle and now we will try to understand how psi S, psi P and psi G control the water potential. So see psi S पहले. This is beaker. And it contains pure water. So this is pure water. And because it's a pure water, its water potential is 0. That is maximum. So beaker with pure water, its water potential is 0. Okay. Now what we will do, to this water we will add potassium permanganate. So to this water, now we will add KMnO4, potassium permanganate, or any solute. So see, I have added these 5 drops of KMnO4. So you can consider it is 5 grams. Okay. Now because 5 grams of KMnO4 are added, there is decrease in availability of free energy. So the free energy of water will decrease. Okay. Water potential is the free energy of water. Now there is decrease in free energy because I have added 5 grams of KMnO4. Now what I will do, I will take another beaker and in this beaker I will add 10 grams of KMnO4. So now we will add to this water 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What will happen? There is further decrease in water potential. So water potential will go more in minus. वो अभी माइनस में जाएगा. Now I will take one more beaker. So see, now to this beaker we will add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 और ज़्यादा ऐड कर देंगे. कितने के? इसमें 10, इसमें कितने आए मैडम? 13, 14, 15. So 150 grams. Okay, here 5 grams, 10 grams and 150 grams. 15 है ना? हाँ. अब देखो 150 नहीं 15 grams, 5, 10, 15. So if this is beaker A has maximum water potential. beaker B का कम हो गया, beaker C का और कम हो गया और beaker D का सबसे कम हो गया. Okay, because of presence of solutes. Now water will move. मैंने क्या बताया था? From an area of higher water potential to area of lower water potential. So water will move from A to B, water will move from A to C, and water will also move from A to D. Okay, so every beaker, if you consider cell, फिर बाद में cell का discuss करेंगे. But water will move from A to B, C, D. अब देखो water potential of B is more than C and D. So water can also move from B to C and B to D. Okay, and because water potential of C is more than D, water can also move from C to D. But water cannot move from D to anybody because its water potential सबसे कम है because as it has got solutes. So addition of solute develops solute potential and that decreases water potential. Because of development of solute potential there is decrease in water potential. Okay. So day after tomorrow we will meet and we will discuss further this concept of water potential.